Came here in 1974. I tell my Mormon friends I didn't come in a pull cart, but I did hitchhike here, so I think that counts for a little something. I graduated from Marquette University in Milwaukie in 1974 in June, and I asked my parents if they would be disappointed if I didn't go to graduation, and they said, anyway, we had 5 kids and lots of graduations, so I think they were glad to get out of it. And I said, well, fine, why don't you just mail me my diploma? I'm heading out to Park City. So I packed my backpack, and my mom took me to the freeway entrance, and I hitchhiked to Utah. When I called my parents in Milwaukie and said I got this new business idea, which I've always coming up with new business ideas, most of them being dismissed pretty readily. But I told my parents on the phone, I said, I've got a new idea. I just came back from Seattle, and I'm going to start a microbrewery, they call it, in Park City. And there was kind of dead silence on the phone. And my mom finally said, well, I think that's one of your better ideas because it's going to be recession-proof. She said people will drink in the good times to celebrate, and in the bad times to forget their worries. So I think that's a really great idea, so I think you should go for it. My dad was like, let me know if I can be help, and he actually made me a small local loan to get started. Wasatch Brew Pub, welcome. I was thinking of renaming it, and I wanted to call it Rockwell's Porter, after Porter Rockwell, the angel of death, who was Brigham Young's bodyguard. And I thought that was a really clever name, Rockwell's Porter instead of Porter Rockwell. And I went with some of our focus group, young kids, and explained the idea to them, and they looked at me like I was crazy, and I asked them if they knew who Porter Rockwell was, and he said that he was a famous painter. And I said, so the only people that knew who he was the Mormon community, who typically aren't our best customer. So I said, forget the subtlety of it. Let's just go with Polygamy Porter. Everybody gets that. So we came out with Polygamy Porter in 2001, and people accused us of being brilliant marketers because of the timing of the Olympics, and that was just simply dumb luck. That really wasn't a thought out concept. We came out with a beer, and all of a sudden people were coming to Utah for the Olympics, and then we had a billboard company that refused to put up our Polygamy Porter billboard. It was Reagan billboard, and whenever you say censorship, the media comes out of the woodwork. So we had a story that we said, we're being censored, and all of a sudden all the media, including The Economist, when we had a full story done in The Economist magazine, which I thought, here in Utah on a microbrewery, and pretty soon, this was the early days of e-commerce and the internet, but we started getting these orders from all over the world for Polygamy Porter t-shirts, and we crashed our site. We had all the servers packing boxes with t-shirts to send it, Italy and Japan and all over the world. And what had happened was all the media was coming to Utah for the 2002 games, which were going to start in a couple months. Of course, nobody had won a medal. They're all doing background stories in Utah. And this became one of their favorite subjects and continued to fuel the fire. And, it was good for business.